So how's it going, guys? This is Josh from Josh Thornton Photography. What I want to show you today is how to quickly and easily set up a portfolio. All right, so as a creative, there's two things that you have to do. There's more than two, but two essentials. You have to obviously create work, and then more importantly, you have to showcase your work. You have to get your work in front of your fans, right? Years ago, the best way to do that was a portfolio. You printed it out and you shipped it to different publications, or you had a meeting with them and people got to see your work. Nowadays it's super easy. This is the best time in history as far as I'm concerned to be a creative. So the way you get your work out 95% of the time is going to be through your website, right? Through your portfolio. So I'm going to show you how to set that up on Squarespace. There are tons of website builders, but my personal favorite is Squarespace. It's a drag and drop template builder, and the images that they give you, the websites and the templates that they give you are amazing out of the box, right? So the cool thing about it also is that you can use it fresh out the box, or you can customize every piece of your website, from text to videos to pictures to your social media platforms, any and everything that you would need to do to navigate in this social media world, in this internet world. This website builder will allow you to do that, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into enough detail, but once you learn the essentials of Squarespace, it's pretty much easy. You'll pretty much have it figured out. There's only a few things that you can do to communicate with your audience. There's a few ways you can do that. It's through text, through photos, and through videos, right? As far as like the meat and potatoes of how you communicate with your audience. So what I'm going to do is, after we log in and set up a new Squarespace account, I'm going to just show you how to do those three essentials, and everything after that, those are just the bells and the whistles. Those are just the icing on the cake, right? So this is just Squarespace. This is a Squarespace homepage, right? The actual homepage is amazing. Again, these are the templates that you can use, and you can come here, you can narrow the templates down, and it'll kind of populate according to the tab, right? So these are more so the business templates. These are the portfolios, the blogs, etc. All right. Now, what I usually do is I keep it on all, because again, you can customize each and every piece of your portfolio. So let's say you chose one and you worked on it for 6 months, right? And then one day you woke up and decided, you know what, I want to change my look. You can completely revamp your template, change everything about it with a click of a button, and all your information will still be there, which is amazing, right? Especially if you're creative. I know I change my mind quite often, so this is actually a good feature, right? So we'll come here. Let's say we'll go to. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go to. We'll say. Well, we'll just choose a template. All right. So we'll sift through here. All right. Let's say we'll start with Avenue. Right. So you can view. The cool thing about Squarespace too is that they give you a 14-day free trial, right, for you to fidget, add things, right? And if at the end of the 2 weeks, it will expire, meaning you won't be able to create on it anymore, but it'll still be there. It'll still be in the queue, right? So if another 2 months goes by and you decide I want to go ahead and use that site, you can log back in, and the site and everything that you put on it, the photos, the text, the videos, will still be there waiting for you to rock and roll. Squarespace know you'll be back, right? So this is the Avenue template, right? And they'll also show you other websites that have used the template, right, and how they used it, which I find helpful. You can get a lot of good ideas from looking at other sites, but you can go ahead and preview each site before you commit to which one you like to use. And this is an example of what your site would look like. All right, and it's fully functionable, so you can actually click on it to see how it functions. Right, this is a photo gallery, amazing photos, by the way. Right, if you wanted to see what your blog looked like, you can click blog. and it'll show you and give you an idea of what your images and everything could look like if you chose to use this out the box, right? So we'll go ahead and start with design. After we hit start with design, the window will pop open and you go ahead and fill in your information. Right. Password, agree to the terms, and sign up and create. That easy. We're almost there. So we'll let that go ahead and do its thing. And Disco, right? Welcome to your new Squarespace site. So at the beginning of your Squarespace site, they will ask you a few questions. Don't rack your brain trying to figure out the perfect answers, right? Just just fill it out as best you can, right? Select the category. Um, are you doing this for someone else? Are you a business or organization? Is this for you or other, right? So usually I just put myself, right? And site content, right? And I guess they just want to know what kind of site, what kind of things you'll probably be posting on your Squarespace site. So again, just fill this out the best of your ability. I'll put photography, art, and design, right? Which is cool. They let you choose more than one. This, in my opinion, doesn't really affect your site, but just fill it out. Anywho, when you go to the site, raise funds, announce an event or project, XYZ. So we'll do blog or publish content, sell products or services online. All right, we'll hit next. Site title will say site demo. And we'll go ahead and enter. So now this is your platform. This is your dashboard right here, right? So you'll get a preview on the right side of the dashboard, and then you'll get your controls over here to the left. We have pages, design, commerce, analytics, settings, and help. We'll run through most of these, and in each of these, I'll just give you the meat and potatoes, the essentials of each tab, right? We'll save pages for last because pages is where all the magic happens, all right? So let's start with design. In here, you'll see a few tabs: logo and title, template, style editor, etc., and announcement bar. So I'm just going to run through the announcement bar, style editor, template, and logo and title. So at any point, you can switch up the title of your page. Oh, excuse me. The title of your page. So let's say your name was Joe, right? We'll say Joe's Photography. All right. You can even add a tagline if you like, and you'll see as you change the tabs on the left, it'll populate on the right, so you can see what's going on now. If you have a logo, which is a good thing to have, you can insert a logo as opposed to a title, right? So we'll pick one of my pictures. Let's see. Let's go to downloads. And we'll just throw any old thing in for now for the sake of this tutorial. We'll just throw anything in, right? So cool thing about Squarespace as well, it'll also populate the right resolution for your images, so you don't have to worry about getting having the exact resolution or the exact pixel size for your image. Squarespace will take care of that for you. All right, so we've got your logo image. You can also create a logo. So if you don't have a logo already, you can create a logo. And Squarespace has this cool template site, which will allow you to create a logo based on your needs, right? So if you're a baker, if you're a photographer, if you're an artist, right, you can come here, right, add your name. We won't go through this now, but it's really simple. You come here, add your name, and it'll populate potential logos that you may want to use. All right, so we've got this here. Boom, we'll go ahead and hit, we'll erase Joe's Photography so we can see that beautiful, oh, excuse me, I guess they need that. But now that we have a logo, it will use your logo as opposed to Joe's Photography. And again, you'll see that on the right, it populated as I set it up on the left, right? So that's pretty much the logo and title. Template, again, you can change your template at any point. So we already started work. We did a little bit of work here, but we already started the work on this site. But let's say we wanted to change it. You'd simply go into template, and all the templates that you saw at the beginning of the tutorial will pop up. And again, you can just change it. Just like in the beginning, you can preview it and then use it as your live template if your little heart desires, right? Now, style editor, this is how you really get down to the nitty gritty of how you want the site to look as far as fonts, text, this, that, and the other. So the easiest way I find, right, depending on what page you're on, is to click what you want to work on, and you'll see the tabs to the left change, right? So you see style, colors, navigation color, navigation hover color, etc. All right, if you click on the gallery, you'll see it change colors, typography, size, values, X, Y, Z. So let's say we wanted to change the color of the navigation bar. We'll simply go here. We'll change that to a red. Click off, and you'll see again, it populates over here on the right. The hover color, all right, let's say we turn that to green. So now when you come here, boom, whichever tab you hover over, it'll turn green, right? So you can play with that. Typography, these are your fonts. This is the weight, so you can have your font look exactly the way you want it to look, and it comes with tons of fonts too. So we wanted to switch that to, let's say ASAP. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's see. And the worst thing about Squarespace is that there's so many beautiful options that you can spend a lot of time on it, which is not a bad thing, but you know, there's so many options and so many ways to customize it that you can get lost. So we'll change that to Oswald. Again, you can change the weight, right? The style if you want. If you want it italicized, you can change the size of the font. Right? If you wanted it that big, X, Y, Z. So you get the point. Right? Once you choose, once you're happy with your settings, you go ahead, hit save, and it'll save that for you. Right? Now, announcer bar is a cool thing too. So if you have any sales, or if you have anything that you want people to know about, that you really want them to know about, an announcement bar will display over each page of your website. Right? So once you enable that, you can come here. I typed something in earlier, right? But you can come here. You can say, 30%, 30% off t-shirts or whatever, right? So now once you come here, you scroll down. Once people click the announcement bar, it'll take them to whichever page or whichever piece of content that you want it to go to. So if you have an external link, another website that you want them to go to, you simply copy and paste the URL here, right? Or if you have another page on the site that you want them to go to, you click the content tab, and this will populate. And because we just started a website, we don't have any other pages that we can add. But if you had another page, let's say you had a sales page or a shop, once you click content, you'll see all the your pages populate. You click which one you want, and once they click this announcement bar, they'll be taken right to that special, that sale, whatever it is that you have for them, right? So that's essentially, that's design, right? Commerce, this is where you can track all of your orders, right? If you sold some pieces, sold some shirts, if you do affiliates, whatever it is that you sell, you can keep track of everything right here, discounts, and so forth, right? Analytics, this is a very important tab, right? Because you want to know what's happening with your site. You want to know if the traffic that you're driving is actually working. If you do any kind of Facebook ads or whatever, you want to see what's happening, what's the result of those your efforts, right? So again, we just started a site, so we don't have any information to plug in, but you can track hourly. You can see how many visits you've had to your site. You can see how many page views and the audience size, right? And if you're not sure which each tab does, you can hover over the name, and it'll actually give you a description of what a page like is, what the audience size is, and what the visits are, right? You can track daily, weekly, and monthly, which is super helpful to keep track of everything. You can also go to popular content, right? So if you want to know, again, we don't have anything in here, but if we had something in here, you'd be able to see if people go to your blog more, if they go to your about page, if they go to your sales page, your shop, you can see where people are spending most of their time on your website, again, which is very, very, very helpful, right? Settings, this is where you can do some cool things too. Right, so if you need a domain name, it's very easy. There's like a one button click, and if you host your domain name on GoDaddy.com or domains.com or whatever it is, you come here and you can set up your domain. Boom, just like that. Connect third-party domain, and just like that, it'll change the name from Josh Thornton /5 fbk.squarespace.com to whatever it is, joesphotography.com, or whatever domain that you choose on a your third party server. You can connect your email, you can connect different accounts, right? Basically fairly simple. If you look at the tab and you click on it, you can kind of get a gist of exactly what that tab does. This is how you connect payment, right? So if you want to do PayPal, if you want to connect connect a credit card company, right? If you want to change your currency, you can do all that under payments. Again, very easy to understand. All right, ladies and gents, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Pages tab. This is where the fun happens on Squarespace. I went ahead earlier and I deleted the other two tabs. Remember, it said work, blog, I believe, and the about page, right? But I went on ahead and deleted them. You can delete any page easily if you just scroll all the way over to the far left. You'll see the red trash can. You'll hit that, and you'll be able to delete it, unless it's just the actual page is set as your home page. And you'll see I try to delete that, but because the about page is my home page, this page cannot be deleted because it is your home page. Please assign a new home page before deleting. You'll hit OK. If you scroll over here to the gear, you can get a little bit more detail and customize the tab even more. Right, so you see I hover over it. This is already set as my home page, therefore it cannot be deleted, but we'll take care of that later. The crosses and these little dots I'm going to show you in a second. This is how you control your whole Squarespace site. So you hit that and it'll populate a menu: pages, product, cover, folder, album, index, blog, gallery, events, and a link. You can add any of these and all of these to your website. So we'll go ahead and just create a clean page. Once we hit page, it'll ask us to name it, right? So we'll call this home. All right. Now down here, you'll see different options for the page layout. Again, if you click it on the left, it'll show you an example of what that would look like to the right. All right, if we click this little tab up here, or I'll get to that in a second. All right, so plenty of options. If you wanted, if you say, I would like a title, some text, a picture, some more text, a couple pictures, and some text underneath those pictures, you can easily do that. If you just wanted a gallery, you can click that, and all you'd have to do is insert images into the actual gallery. So for the sake of this tutorial, let's just start with a blank page, which is the first one up here. Once you're happy with your selection, you hit start editing, and it's time to rock and roll. Now here are the dots that I told you about. Once you click on the dots, it'll populate any and everything that you can add to the pages of your website. Okay, and it's very nice and neat, very easy to follow, very easy to understand. We have basic, which holds your text, markdown, quotes, images, video, audio, and if you want to embed any videos or images or links or different things like that, you can do that here. You've got your photo galleries, your summary for your blogs to keep everything nice and neat. You've got more, so if you want to add spaces, lines, if you want to capture emails, you can do that here. If you have a newsletter, you can put one here. Map, code, menu, calendar, open table, and bands in town. Oh, bands in town. I've never heard of that before, so excuse me. um, you can add a search bar, content links, different buttons, and you can customize the buttons to take your fans where you want them to go. You can add a product. You can add Amazon products. If you sell things on Amazon, promote things on Amazon, you can add them here. You can collect donations. You can add charts. And of course, the good old social media block, which is very important. We'll get to that later. And so remember, the essentials of connecting with your audience is you do that through text, images, and video. Right? You can even add some audio here too, but for the most part, text, video, and images. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with an image. All right. This is our menu right here that allows you to capture the image, or it allows you to insert your image. So we'll go ahead and hit add an image. Once we hit add an image, we'll find which image we'd like to insert. Let's go with we'll go with this one right here. And again, Squarespace corrects the resolution, so you never really have to worry about bad resolution unless the file is really small. Right? You can have a caption below. You can choose to have a caption below, or you can choose not to display a caption. It's all personal preference. The stretch tab will, now because this picture is, it's already a fairly good size, it expands the whole web page, right? But if it was a little bit smaller, right, it may only come to about here. Once you hit the stretch tab, it'll fill it out to where you see this image right here, right? It's about the same point. Lightbox, oops, excuse me. Once you hit Lightbox, Lightbox will allow any image that a website viewer clicks on to isolate itself, so that you just see the image, and it'll black out the actual background and the rest of your website. You can choose to have a dark overlay or a light overlay, again, personal preference. And if you wanted the link, the picture to take someone somewhere, you can hit the click through URL. You can add an external link, files that you have. So if you have like a document or a PDF that you want people to be able to upload, you can add that here. Or if you have content and you want them to go to another page on your website, so right now we have about and home, it'll take them to that page. But we'll leave that blank for now. All right, so stretch light bar, we don't need the stretch light box. Go ahead and hit apply, hit save, and just like magic, we've inserted our image. All right, again, if you want to see what it looks like real time, you hit that tab and it'll show you your website. This is what your fans, your raving fans, will see. Okay, now because you hit save, it saved the work that you did, and you have to go back in. You have to hit edit to add those to add more elements to your website. So we'll go ahead and hit edit, and magically you'll see the little dots appear. Right, and they'll appear all over. Okay, so let's say you wanted to add some text underneath, right? So we'll hit the text tab. We'll say I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All right, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Who doesn't? You can customize this tab here. So if you wanted to customize the text here, you can make it bold. You could center it. They have different heading sizes as well. Right? So you can customize your text in two places. The other place is the best place to customize the text as far as the size, the font, this, that, and the other. This will just change how the heading appears, or how the text appears on the your page. All right, so we'll leave that. We'll go ahead and hit save. Oops, sorry, this big one right here. Go ahead and hit save, and just like that, you have text underneath your image. Again, because we saved it, we have to go back in. Now, if you don't save, you can continue to work on it without saving, so you don't have to continue to go back into the page. All right, so let's say we wanted to add a lot of text. All right, so let's go ahead and take something. We'll go to my site, just so I can show you what it looks like. We'll go to the about. We'll copy some text just for the sake of this tutorial. We'll right click, copy, we'll go back here, right click and paste, right, and there's our text. Now, I'm just going to save this just to show you. So right now, this is what our website would look like. We've got text at the top, an image in the middle, and a headline at the bottom. So let's say you're not happy with that, right? It doesn't quite fit your aesthetic. You're not satisfied with the way that looks. We'll come back in, we'll hit edit. Now from here, right, this is where more of the magic happens.